Everybody out there, this is Seto, and today for you guys, we are going to be profiling for you a very fun deck that I have a lot of fun playing. I really don't have a name for this deck right now. I've called it my luck-based deck, my barrel dragon deck, but my favorite name that a friend told me about, and I just fell in love with the name of this, is the Do You Feel Lucky Punk? Well, do you? Deck, and that's based off Dirty Hair. If you don't know that line, do you feel lucky, punk? Well, do you? And I wish the gun was called the Magnum gun, or like something like that, because of the 24 the gun. But beside the point, I'm not going to get demonetized by saying gun stuff on YouTube. But yes, the deck is very fun to play. The deck overall is very good. It's a luck-based deck. It's a gambler-based deck. It uses the coin flip mechanic, which we really don't use in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! At all, unless we're determining who goes first or second. Overall, the deck is fairly fun to play. So without further ado, we're going to get into the deck profile now and talk about it. So the deck is very good. It's overall pretty decent. And we'll talk about more at the end of the video, different card text you could run in the deck and different things of that nature. So first off, we run 3 Desperado Barrel Dragon. Now, Desperado Barrel Dragon is a new card that just recently came out. If you flip a coin 3 times, depending upon the number of heads, you get to blow up cards on the field. If you get 3 heads, you get to draw 1 card. Now, you can stack it in the deck so you get actually 3 heads. So you flip a coin, you actually will get 3 heads. But you have to send that trap card to the graveyard. We'll talk about it later, and that trap card is Photon Blast. If this is in the graveyard, you can banish it from the graveyard to make the coin flips all be heads. So that's nice because it'll allow you to draw a card and blow up 3 cards. The way you special summon this card out is if a dark machine monster is destroyed on the field, you get to special summon this card out. Forgive me if I haven't memorized the card text completely, but that's what I'm going off the top of my head. But 3, Desperado Barrel Dragon. I love the artwork of this, and I'm happy they didn't censor the artwork too much, and I love the name of the card. Such an amazing card. Next, we run 3 BM Blast Spider. Think of this card as kind of like a mini Scrap Dragon. That's what I'm going to compare it to. It's a good card. It's a dark machine. If it gets destroyed, bring out Desperado Barrel Dragon. It helps you get around certain, problematic cards out there. It does have a 2,200 defense. That is nice. And this card can get more attack if you have Metal Raiders out in the field, or Heavy Metal Raiders. Keep in mind, this thing is a card, and it can help gain your dark machine monsters attack. People forget of that effect of that card, or they don't understand it completely. But 3 BM Blast Spiders, definitely essential to the deck. We run a new card that came out of Code the Duelist recently, not that long ago, and 3 Jack Wyvern. Now, Jack Wyvern, you may be asking, what does this card do? How does it work? So this card can help you in different situations. It's a beater, so it's a 1,800 attack beater. That is nice. I haven't found a way to abuse that 0 defense yet, but hopefully one day I do. It's a level 4, so it helps you go for rank 4s in the deck. It's a dark attribute, and it's a dark machine attribute. Its effect is you can banish this card and 1 face-up machine monster you control to the graveyard to how we finish it off here. To target one dark monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You can only use Jack Wyvern's effect once per turn. So if you have like a BM on the field or another level dark, machine monster on the field, you can tribute that off to bring back things like Desperado Barrel Dragon. That's how this works. Now you may be saying, well, that's not a good effect, and it's kind of hard to get set up in this deck, isn't it? And that's true. But the thing is, you have to keep in mind is that you have Heavy Metal Raiders. So once per turn, your machine monsters are not going to get destroyed, and they'll gain attack. So they're going to stay on the field, which allows you to go for level 4 Exceed plays next turn, or use them as beaters. Or number 3, you can use Jack Wyvern's effect by number summon another machine, going off this, popping a card, go off. And there's other ways you can use Jack Wyvern's effect with other cards that we have in the deck. So Jack Wyvern's effect is very easy to get off, and it's just a good situational effect to have in the deck. Next, we run another coin flip card, which is Twin Barrel Dragon. Twin Barrel Dragon in the deck is a very fun deck card to use. It pretty much states When this card is summoned, select one card your opponent controls. Toss a coin twice, and if the result is 2 heads, destroy that selected card. You can use it with Photon Blast, so you can banish Photon Blast from your graveyard, make this be definitely 2 heads. Or, what you can also do, which is cool, is you can use this to help get Desperado Barrel Dragon out, level 4s, what have you. We also run a card called Second Coin Toss in the deck, and that allows you to reflip these and try again your luck to see if you get double heads. But overall, it's just a good removal card. Not as amazing as a card as Blast Spider, but it's a good card nonetheless. We run it as a 3 of, because there's not that many just good generic level 2 Dark Machine coin flip cards. Now you may be asking also, guys, why are you not running things like Blowback Dragon? Why are you not running the original Barrel Dragon? I tried those out in the deck, and yes, you can build the deck to go that way, but I consider that more casual. The way I've built the deck honestly works a lot better once you've played with the deck and you understand how it works and functions. So you can try those ways out, go right ahead, but I'm going to tell you right now, this way has been working the best for me. So that's the reason why I don't run Blowback Dragon and Desperado Barrel Dragon. If you want to run a more coin flip based deck, go right ahead. Next we run Black Salvo. Now you could run 3 Black Salvo in this deck and be perfectly fine, because if you draw too many, you can Allure of Darkness it away, or you can set it if you have Desperado in your hand, it gets destroyed, then you get to special summon out a Desperado Dragon. So you could definitely run it, but I prefer 2 of, because you want to see it sometimes, not all the time, so to speak. But it helps you go for a lot of awesome cards in the deck. And it helps you go for your quote-unquote boss monster in the extra deck, which is Samurai Destroyer, which helps you reborn. And the main last effect I care about him is you can target one machine monster in your graveyard, special summon it if this card leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, which it's most likely going to do. So if it gets destroyed by opponent's card effect, you get to bring out things like Desperado Barrel Dragon. So this card, I like it as a 2-0 in the deck. Really, really good card to run. But Black Salvo could go for that. You can go for Ancient Fairy Dragon, pop your field spell, do things. Black Rose Dragon, Black Rose Moonlight Dragon. You see what you can go for here. You could even go for, in the deck, which I don't run, Clear Wing Synchro Dragon, depending upon your matchups. So overall, definitely a great card to have in the deck. 2 Black Salvo. I also run a card that probably nobody's seen in ages, and that is 1 Unknown Synchron. Now, Unknown Synchron can work with Jack Wyvern too. So I can go Unknown Synchron, special summon, normal summon Jack Wyvern. And you don't worry about the effect that says you can only use 1 Unknown Synchro effect once per duel. Either player, you know, I doubt anybody out there is playing Unknown Synchron besides you at the local tournaments. But beside the point, you go special summon Unknown Synchron, normal summon Jack Wyvern, pop, bring back your dark monster from the graveyard. That works that way. Or you can go special normal Synchro and go for some very awesome, actually, Synchro monsters. You can go for Chambara, high speed Chambara, or you can go for another card that's really good in the deck, Allied Justice of Cataster. Alright, let's talk about these 2 cards and how good they are in the deck to some degree. Chambara is really good because I can use that with this card called Limit Removal. That can OTK your opponent stupidly fast. So that's great. You run that. Allied Justice of Cataster, from what I talked to a judge friend of mine, and forgive me if the ruling is wrong, but it does work with Heavy Metal Raiders because it's a dark machine. Yeah! You see where I'm going with these plays. Little gimmicky, but they work. And when you pull them off, they're really good. And they are decent plays of the deck just because of this one card. So Chambara and Allied Justice of Cataster, you run in the extra deck if you run Unknown Synchron, because they are that good in the deck. So 1 Unknown Synchron, because you can easily make those monsters by having just a random level 4 monster, which you run plenty of in the deck. So 1 Unknown Synchron. The last dark machine I run is one Malefic Cyber End Dragon. This is just a big beater that's also a dark machine. So if you have a Desperado Barrel Dragon, this gets destroyed, you bring this out. You have a lot of easy ways to search your field spell because you run 3 of it, plus a Terraforming, so you have 4 targets. It's just a good one-of. If it's dead in your hand, Allure of Darkness it away. Go bye-bye to it. It doesn't matter. It's just another good card to have in the deck just because it's a dark machine as a one-of in the deck. Next, we run for your field spell. We run Heavy Metal Raiders, which is a great, a decent field spell, I'll say that. We also run 1 Terraforming. But it's very essential to how this deck works, the way I'm playing it. So I definitely run 3 of it. It allows you to add attack to your Dark Machine monsters. And I'll read it off the entire effects if you guys don't know what it does. The first time a Dark Machine monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, each turn it is not destroyed. And if you took battle damage from battle, it gains that much attack after damage calculation. And keeps that attack. Gain as long as this card is on the field. Once per turn, if a monster you control that was originally Dark Machine destroys a card on the field by battle or card effect, you can special summon 1 Dark Machine monster from your hand. Now, the way people use, if you're wanting like Barrel Dragon and Blowback Dragon in the deck, is they use this heavily to bring out their Barrel Dragons and their Blowback Dragons, which is cool. But I prefer to use it just so I can go for Exceed plays and other plays in the deck in main phase 2. So go the way you want to with this deck and go forth and prosper. But this is the way I like running it. You can easily tech it in, but your main way you're going to get those cards out, the Blowback and Barrel Dragon, is through this. Otherwise, you're going to be up the creek without a paddle. So that's the field spell we run still. We run 3 Allure of Darkness in the deck. It's your draw card of the deck. You run it. It's dark. Everything's dark in the main deck. Why not? 2 Foolish Burial of Goods. You run this so you can automatically send Photon Blast to grave. That way you can call 3 heads, get it correctly, and draw cards with Barrel Dragon or Twin Barrel Dragon, whatever cards you have. So 2 Foolish Burial of Goods. 2 Second Coin Toss. You can run just 1 or 2 of these. I mean, it's up to you. It takes a while to get this card set up, and if you wanted to run more coin flip cards in the deck, you could, which we'll talk about in a second. Some other good cards you could tech in the deck and take cards out and in. But 2 Second Coin Toss, you don't have to run it. Sometimes I do side deck these out for other side deck cards, but you can keep it in as a one-of, but it's up to you. You don't have to run it. 1 Twin Twister, 1 Upstart Goblin, 1 Limit Removal, which works well in the deck, 1 Monster Reborn, and 1 Regeki. That is the one-ofs you run. You could run Double Twin Twister by taking out a second coin toss or whatever, but this is the ratio I run. Depending upon my matchup, if they have more back row, definitely side in Twin Twisters, Cosmic Cyclones, whatever the case may be. It's up to you. The trap lineup is a little bit thick, but we'll talk about that in a second here. 3 Photon Blast. It's your trap card of the deck. It works well. You get bonus effects for how many times you use coin flips. Like I said, use coin flips in here a little bit, but not a lot. But I do like it in the deck as a 3-of. We do run 1 card that works very well with it, and it's kind of fun to use, and that is 1 Fairy Box. Now, Fairy Box, you may say, Seto, this card's horrible. This card's just plain horrible. You'll be saying that until you use second coin toss on this and you're protecting your life points. Believe me. I like the 1 Fairy Box in the deck. It's a little tech card I like in the deck, and it works. It's so fun to play. Like, it's so fun to play in the deck. So definitely 1 Fairy Box. I like it in the deck. You don't have to run it, but it's fun. Your trap lineup, we're going to talk about this right now. We run 2 Solemn Strike, 1 Solemn Judgment, 1 Solemn Warning. Now, I would definitely run the Solemn Judgment and Solemn Warning in the deck, but you could take the 2 Solemn Strikes out for Ghost Ash, which is getting reprinted in the Seto Kaiba Legendary Collection. You could take them out for Ghost Ogres. You could take it out for side deck tech, depending upon what you want to do, and things of that nature, but that's up to you to decide. But this right here is like a running. I never have a problem with life points really being super, super low. You may think, well, does that interfere with how you're using Heavy metal raiders, yeah, a little bit, but not much, because you're usually only using 2 to 3 of these per duel most of the time. So it's up to you. Like I said, you could run Ghost Ash, Ghost Ogres. You could even run things like evenly matched in the deck instead. There's different things you can run in the deck, quote unquote. You don't have to run these trap lineups, but I do like the Warning and the Judgment, the Solemn Strike you can take in or out, however you feel like it. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on those traps. For the extra deck, we run some of my girls that I love in Pokemon, my Lily, my Skyla, and my Karen. I love these girls, so those are my Pokemon girls I keep. I use them as my link zone markers. We run for your link monster. The only link monster we run in the deck is one Pulse Genius, because you can easily make this, and it's very useful to have. You can run other link monsters if you want to, but this is the main one you run as a one of at least. For your rank 4s, we run Tornado Dragon, Bagasucha, Castel, Gear Giant X, and the Utopia package right there. That's your rank 4s you run. For your level 5 Synchro plays monsters we run, your High Speed Cherambara, your Allied Justice and Cataster. For your level 7 Synchro monsters you can go for, Double Samurai Destroyer. You can run 1 or 2, it's up to you. 1 Ancient Fairy Dragon, 1 Black Rose Dragon, 1 Black Rose Moonlight Dragon for those certain matchups. And lastly, we run the 1 fusion of Cyber End Dragon. I like the dark artwork because this is a dark-based deck. So that is what we run for the extra deck, guys. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. The deck's very fun to play. And like I said, you can side deck things in, take cards out, depending upon if you're taking it into a tournament or just playing for fun. Some cards you could try out in the deck is, for your extra deck, you could try out Heavy Armored Train Iron Wolf. If you want to run this, you could run this in the extra deck. And another coin flip card that I really love in the deck, but I'm kind of wishy-washy on it, is Cup of Ace. What this card states is, flip a coin, okay? If you call heads, you get to draw 2 cards. If it lands tails, your opponent draws 2 cards. And that makes you go, eee! My opponent gets 2 free draws. That's kind of iffy. But you have to remember about second coin toss. And you also have to remember about Photon Blast, because that helps you hedge your bets, which means you're more likely to get the heads effect to allow you to draw 2 cards in the deck. Now, I've been trying it out in the deck as a 2 of and 1 of, and it works fairly well because you have second coin toss in the deck and you have Photon Blast. So you have multiple different ways of getting this to land on heads. So you can definitely try Cup of Ace out in the deck, because you run second coin toss and other things, and it works out pretty well. So try it out in the deck if you want to play for some fun and get some more draw power. Try it out. But that's the other cards, like I said, you can run the deck. You can side deck in whatever you need to. Like I said, your Ghost Ogres, your Ghost Ashes, because they're getting reprinted. They should be a lot cheaper for you guys. Like I said, you could take out your Solemn Strikes for those cards. You could also run evenly matched as well in the deck if you wanted to. There's a bunch of different cards you could run in the deck depending upon what you own. I own Ghost Ogres, but I opted to leave them out of the deck because I would prefer to run Ghost Ashes, but that's just me. But hope you guys all enjoy this deck profile, and I'll see you guys next time. And until next time, guys, take care, have fun dueling, good luck dueling, and I hope you guys all feel lucky out there. Hope you guys all feel lucky, punks. So I hope you I couldn't say it right at the end. Curses! But whatever. Do you feel lucky, punks, enough to play this deck? We'll say it that way. But I know that's a cringe-worthy thing, but whatever. I'm having fun with this video. It's a very fun deck to play. But I'll see you guys next time. And until next time, guys, take care. Have fun dueling. Good luck dueling. I'll see you all next time. Good luck dueling to all of you.